How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to Almost Intellectual. Sorry it's been so long since I did a video, but just been dealing with a lot of stuff with the family during Thanksgiving, and you know what? Everything was changing so fast during the election period. Every time I was about to upload a video, the information would change before I would even get a chance to upload it. So, basically, I've just waited till things slow down a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and dropping some more videos as we go. And as well, I will have a merch page open and available. I'll go ahead and link it in the description and put it on the main Facebook page and YouTube page for you guys to check out. There's lots of cool stuff there. T-shirts starting at about $20. There's even phone cases, stickers, all that kind of fun stuff. So go ahead and check it out. Let's get into our news today, and we're going to be talking about Joe Biden. Everybody seems to have forgotten that nobody really liked Joe Biden during his time as vice president under Obama. A lot of leftists particularly, also did not like Obama very much. They saw him as a war hawk in his second term. And after he promised to get us out of wars, never really did, and just bombed a bunch of American people. So let's go ahead and see what CNN is talking about Joe Biden now and his timeline, and go and fill in the gaps of what they used to say and just won't say anymore. I don't know why they won't say it anymore, but let's look at it. So what we have here is Joe Biden fast facts from CNN Politics. Let's go ahead and take a look at this article here. It's going to be a lot of personal data right at the start, like born 1942, birthplace Scranton, Pennsylvania. Probably hasn't been back there since the 70s, but was originally married, but his first marriage, she died in a car crash along with, I believe, his daughter. This is, regardless, let's go ahead and get into his timeline here. 1968 to 1970, defense attorney for criminal cases in Wilmington, Delaware, where he had a particularly high rate of locking up young black men. 1970 and 1972, serves on Newcastle County Council in Delaware. Don't really know a whole lot about that, but let's go ahead and continue. 1972, is first elected to the Senate at age 29, defeating Republican Senator J. Caleb Boggs. Wins re-election 1978, 84, 1990, 1996, and 2002. So he was senator for a long time. You'd think he would have been able to get some stuff done. Well, December 18th, 1972, while Christmas... that's when his first wife died. January 5th, 1973, is sworn a U.S. Senator in Delaware. 1987 through 1995, chairman of the Senate Committee of the Judiciary. Okay, so basically, they get to 87, enters 1988 presidential race, but drops out 3 months later following reports of plagiarism and false claims about his academic record. Wait a second, false claims? That's not false claims. He plagiarized huge portions during his time in school of his essays and things like that. That's what the academic records that they're bringing up. That was not false. That was proven. So he is a plagiarist, and he also did some plagiarizing during his time as senator. That's what they're talking about. So he's just a cheater. I don't see why he wouldn't cheat this time. And then we get on to 1990, introduces a bill that undergoes, and this is kind of interesting, I did not know this one, undergoes surgery to repair an aneurysm in an artery that supplies blood to the brain. Maybe that's why he's so out of it all the freaking time. Why he can't seem to string together a full thought without rambling. January 20th, 1990, introduces a bill that becomes the Violence Against Women Act. So they're missing something here. They're missing something big here. Does anybody know what that is? Oh, yeah. That is when he talked down about... Let's see. Let's go ahead and bring up this other article, because this will tell it way better than I can. Let's go ahead. Oh, yeah, here we go. Behavior with Women section. In the era of Me Too movement, there is a spotlight on individuals in positions of power and how they conduct themselves. For years during the Obama administration, Biden was the subject of viral images and videos showing him hugging and kissing female supporters and acquaintances. By the way, this article is from Business Insider from back in 2019. Before he officially announced that he was going to be running for president. So Biden is the wrong guy to bear the standard for any party supporting to speak for the victims of unaccountable power, wrote HuffPost Washington bureau chief Amanda Turkle. Even the HuffPost was saying stuff like this. Okay, and Biden has also faced criticism for his handling of confirmation of Supreme Court Justice Clarence Thomas in 1991 while he chaired the Senate Judiciary Committee. Thomas was the subject of sexual harassment allegations from Anita Hill. Sound familiar? Like Brett Kavanaugh, huh? An employee of Thomas's at the Department of Education. He owes all, except that's even worse because he was an employee, and she actually apparently would have had a place in a time other than in Brett Kavanaugh's case. Apparently the house was made up because they can't actually find that address. The address doesn't exist. She couldn't tell a specific day, night, or even month. So here we actually sound like we have a specific place, at least. He owes all of us an apology, Hill told the Boston Globe while recounting the process. He owes the country an apology because the affront was not just to me. It was really a disservice to every one of us, not just on behalf of sexual harassment victims, but also on behalf of those people who believe in integrity of the court and that it should be protected by the Senate, whose role is to advise on judicial nomination. Biden even expressed regret about the process, but maintains that he understood women's issues even back then. It really doesn't sound like it. And it sounds like he doesn't even understand what the Senate is for to uphold these processes and everything. Okay, so they've also missed his 1992 crime bill, which he passed and specifically called, it specifically said that it would provide basically a racial jungle. Let's see. Biden spent 36 years in the United States Senate before becoming vice president, during which he chaired powerful committees like the Judiciary and Foreign Relations panels. That creates an extensive and easily searchable archive for opponents to dig up dirt that could damage his progressive chops. Politics and what is acceptable, particularly in the Democratic Party, have significantly changed throughout the past few decades, with already announced candidates like Senator Kamala Harris, the now possible vice president, already backtracking on her career as California Attorney General. Yeah, so nobody's even talking about that anymore either. Have we completely forgotten that Kamala Harris locked up a bunch of people for minor drug crimes, predominantly young black males? And, well, females too, but predominantly young black males. So I don't think she thinks that Black Lives Matter. Already backtracking on her career as California Attorney General, Biden could face similar criticisms on hot-button issues like criminal justice. In an unearthed 1993 Senate floor speech unearthed by CNN, why did you completely skip? Look at this, from 1990 all the way till 2001. Apparently nothing happened. Nothing. No. They're just completely ignoring Biden railed against predators and other criminals while pushing the Violent Crime Control and Law Enforcement Act. Okay, they're actually being a little nice here. They are beyond the pale, many of those people beyond the pale, Biden said at the time. And it's a sad commentary on society. We have no choice but to take them out of society. That kind of rhetoric, which at the time was mainstream, now draws widespread condemnation from much of the Democratic Party and could haunt him during a dogfight and crowded primary race. So they actually took a little bit of this context. Biden railed against predators. No, he was calling the people, which were black people at the time, that this Violent Crime Control and Law Enforcement Act was targeting. This is the people that were predominantly speaking against it, were black senators and black people in general, saying, no, this is going to target the black community, and Biden referred to them as predators, the people that this was targeting. So yes, he was referring to black people as predators. I don't know how nobody is talking about that whatsoever. Even CNN, they were the ones who unearthed it, for God's sakes. So it just goes on to that kind of rhetoric, which at the time was mainstream, now drives widespread condemnation from much of the Democratic Party and could haunt him during a dogfight and crowded primary race. The Democratic base has moved increasingly far left in the recent years. Biden has considerable experience and close ties across key areas that Democrats failed to capture in 2016 presidential election, like parts of the Rust Belt and Midwestern United States. But Biden is a lot less liberal compared to many Democrats who have jumped into the race, as well as their core group of supporters in the party's base. Here's a tweet from Biden. We need more progressive tax code, not confiscatory policy, not socialism, a tax code. Biden will also have to come grips with a whole host of other issues hardcore progressives are zeroing in, unlike the proposed Green New Deal, a transformative moonshot to the combat global climate change. Well, I think he's already been pretty obvious now that he's going to go all that way, but my point is that CNN and all these other major news articles are basically just propping him up, completely ignoring the fact that he did some horrible things in the past, some really bad ideas, and he's been in this just taking money from all of us, just taking money from taxpayers the entire time. And through all of this, he has done almost nothing. That's good, at least. I can't... Okay, let's really read through the rest of it, okay? Chairman of the Senate Foreign Relations Committee in 2001 through 2003. 2002 votes to authorize military intervention in Iraq, but later becomes a vocal critic of the conflict. So he put our troops in Iraq, too. Huh. Interesting. Chairman of the Senate Foreign Relations Committee. January 31st, 2007. Files a statement of candidacy with the Federal Elections Commission to run for president. August 1st, 2007. His memoir, Promises to Keep on Life and Politics, is published. Oh, that's great. He wrote a book after all of this time. Just writes a book and gets a bunch of money. Promises to Keep on Life and Politics. He didn't seem like he kept any of his promises. It seems like he's flip-flopped his entire career. January 3rd, 2008, announces his withdrawal from the presidential race. August 23rd, 2008, is named the vice presidential running mate for Barack Obama. November 4th, 2008, is elected vice president. January 15th, resigns from the U.S. Senate. January 20th, is sworn in as vice president of the United States. February 7th, 2009, delivers his first major speech as vice president and at a security conference in Germany. September 1st, 2010, presides over a ceremony in Iraq to formally mark the end of the U.S. combat mission in Iraq. Well, he's there at the beginning and the start. He's there at the beginning and the end. Got to give him that. November 6, 2012, Obama and Biden are re-elected, defeating Mitt Romney and Paul Ryan. January 20th, 2013, is sworn in for a second term as Vice President of the United States. October 2nd, 2014, speaking at the John F. Kennedy School of Government at Harvard University, Biden tells attendees that ISIS has been inadvertently strengthened by actions taken by Turkey, the UAE, and other Middle Eastern allies to help opposition groups fighting against Syrian President Bashar al-Assad. So it sounds like to me that he's sowing discontent and the possibilities for war once again. October 4th, 2014, Biden speaks by telephone with Turkish President Tayyip Erdogan regarding remarks made by John F. Kennedy School of Government. He apologizes for any implication that Turkey or other allies and partners in the region had intentionally supplied or facilitated the growth of ISIS or other violent extremists in Syria. Wow, they can't even proofread their own stuff. It says ISIL here, not ISIS, but I know what they meant. Anyway, so basically, he misstepped in speaking and then 2 days later had to apologize to foreign governments. Don't you see how weak that makes a vice president or a leader of the United States look? It makes him look horribly weak. Anyway, Biden's eldest son, Beau Biden, passes away from brain cancer at age 46, says he will not, I don't know why that's important to us, but anyway. October 21st, 2015, says he will not seek the presidency, announcing that the window for a successful campaign has closed. Interesting. Why didn't he run last time? Why did they pick Hillary Clinton? So if he could have beat Trump, he could have beat him last time too, don't you think? Interesting. Weird. December 6th, 2016, doesn't rule out running for president in 2020, saying, I'm not committing not to run. I'm not committing to anything. I learned a long time ago, fate has a strange way of intervening. January 12th, 2017, Obama surprises Biden by presenting him to the Presidential Medal of Freedom, the nation's highest civilian honor, during a White House ceremony. Why? He hasn't done anything. There's not a single thing that he has done on this list other than mistakenly speak about the UAE, Turkey, and other Middle Eastern allies, and then retract it 2 days later. His son died of cancer. He presided over a ceremony in Iraq to formally mark the end of the U.S. That's the only thing on here that he technically did, and he didn't do anything. He just sat there. He just presided over the ceremony. It's just a ceremony. This is ridiculous. So, yeah, we get all the way through this list. I haven't seen a single piece of legislation that he has passed. I haven't seen a single major action that he has done. And then all of a sudden, Obama surprises Biden by presenting him the Presidential Medal of Freedom, the nation's highest civilian honor. What? It doesn't make any sense. Okay. February 1st, 2017, Biden and his wife, Jill Biden, launched Biden Foundation, an organization that will work on 7 issues: foreign policy, Biden's cancer initiative, community colleges and military families, protecting children, equality, ending violence against women, and strengthening the middle class. Oh, you mean like the violence that he used to create, basically, Biden, and not call out whatsoever and tried to defend? Yeah. This is just ridiculous. February 7th, 2017, is named the Benjamin Franklin Presidential Practice Professor at the University of Pennsylvania, where he will lead the Penn Biden Center for Diplomacy and Global Engagement. Why? Diplomacy, the only thing that he did that was diplomatic in his entire career was talk crap about other countries and then retract it. This is ridiculous. Oh my God. Another award after this. Okay, March 1st, 2017, Biden receives the Congressional Patriot Award from from the Bipartisan Policy Center. He receives the honor in recognition of his work crafting bipartisan legislation with Republicans and Democrats. Tell us what legislation. I've scrolled through this whole thing. I have not seen a single piece of legislation that he worked on since 1992, and you didn't even mention it. What is this? Oh, sorry, they mentioned one in 1990. Okay, yeah. I'm sorry, I'm getting a little off track here. November 14th, 2017, Biden's memoir, Promise Me, Dad, A Year of Hope, Hardship and Purpose, is published. I don't know what that's about. Sounds like it's probably bullcrap. March 26, 2019, at an event in New York, Biden says that Anita Hill paid a terrible price when she testified in 1991 that she had been sexually harassed by now Supreme Court Justice Clarence Thomas, that you helped get. Sorry, I'm about to get angry. Adding that he regrets that he didn't give Hill the hearing she deserved. As the Senate Judiciary Committee chairman at the time, Biden presided over Thomas's confirmation hearings. So you have admitted that you stood up for Clarence Thomas and gave him basically a Supreme Court justice seat and just didn't even give Anita Hill. You have admitted this, and somehow they have still elected this guy president. Somehow he is still less worse than Trump. This guy is literally admitted that he's a misogynist. Admitted it. Admitted that he helped a sexual person who committed sexual assault onto the Supreme Court of Justice. This is ridiculous. March 29, 2019, Lucy Flores, the former Democratic nominee for Lieutenant Governor of Nevada, makes allegations against Biden in an essay for The Cut, an arm of the New York Magazine, writing that Biden made her feel uneasy, gross, and confused in 2014 when at a campaign rally in Nevada. She says he kissed her on the back of the head. That is kind of weird. March 31st, 2019. In many years in the campaign trail and public life, I have offered countless handshakes, hugs, expressions of affection, support, and comfort, Biden says in his statement. And at once, never did I believe and I acted inappropriately. If it's suggested I did, so I will listen respectfully. But it was never my intention. Okay, sniffing people, that's not normal. That's not normal, and there's a ton of video of that. We saw that in the last article that I showed you. April 3rd, 2019, Biden releases a video on Twitter saying that he will be more mindful about respecting personal space in the future. The video comes in a wake of multiple allegations he made women feel uncomfortable in their encounters, including a woman claiming that Biden made her feel uncomfortable at a 2009 Connecticut fundraiser. Two additional women, including Alexandra Tara Reid, also told the New York Times that Biden made them feel uneasy in the way that he touched them. No, that's not what Alexandra Tara Reid said. Alexandra Tara Reid said that he cornered her in a dark office, closed the door, and put his hand down her pants and used his fingers to violate her. That's what she claimed. This is ridiculous. So I'm not even going to continue because it's all a bunch of bullcrap. They are completely hiding, miscontextualizing him, and basically just God worshiping him. They have completely forgotten about all of his faults and all the things that he's done in the past that are horrible, and they are going to forget about it. So that is why I do this channel, to make sure that you guys get the real info and that there will be actual unbiased information coming about Joe Biden. Well, okay, I'm not going to say that I'm unbiased information. I am biased, but you know what? These people are heavily so biased that they have their head up their butts. They can't even contemplate all of the crap that they have not talked about here. They won't talk about it. They'll never talk about it. So I'm going to be here these 4 years to help talk about it.